Audio.
Okay. Alright. Chris, just tell the story of
Me
where
trying to fight him.
you got in a fight with a person in our class, Anson.
Okay, so this was the typical kid in everyone's school that would say, "I will fight you, kid. You will lose hard." You know, that type of deal. You know, I'm better than you. I play every single sport under the sun. You know, the normal things. And he
Mm-hmm.
says, "I fight me, kid." And I said, "Bet. We'll do it at recess." And he says, "Okay, let's do it." So I go out, and we're there at recess. We're in the Grove, we call it. And you're not supposed to be there, but we were. And I got suspended for this, of course, because Anson's parents were favored by the school for some reason, probably because
Well,
of
we'll
donated.
go that on the end of what happened after
But
that. We'll go to the end on after that. What
so
happened there?
it is right after lunch.
I
We go
know. We
outside.
won't talk about that, Pierce, unless it's
We go
okay.
outside.
Eventually. Okay. That's not. We can't talk about that one, Chris. Don't talk
I
about
wasn't
that
gonna
one.
talk
All
about
right.
it anyway. But
Okay.
so
Good.
we go out, right? Okay, fine. I won't
All right. Go ahead, Chris.
But it's about lunchtime. We're standing there, and I'm standing there with him, waiting for him. He comes up. He says, "I'll fight you, kid." He just stands there like 3 feet away. He doesn't come close. I get close, and he just walks away. He walks backwards. So I'm like, "What are you?" I think it was like a wimp, and I was shouting insults at him the whole time. And at one point, I'm pretty sure I said that my dad was gonna kill him. I don't know. I don't remember. It was in 3rd grade. Apparently, I said that. Um, so at that point, one of my friends, Alex, comes up and backs him up because whenever Anson is around, Alex always has to push everyone but him off, and be his little fanboy the whole time. But
Yeah, that's how it always
that's how
was.
it always
Alex
was.
always
I
would
was
be.
actually, so this is like a side note, but I was actually with him in a different state for a while. I think it was like I met up with him off and on for like a week, and he was great because Anson wasn't there. But regardless, we made it there, and he comes up. So this is why I didn't actually go and start beating him, because I didn't want him to get involved, because I actually liked him. So after that, he said
Wait, in which way? Like a
Alex
probably kind of
apologizes.
way?
What? No, because he was cool. He didn't suck.
Yeah, no, Alex was a cool guy. Alex was a cool dude, but he was always, like, whenever Anson was there, he would back Anson up no matter what.
He could literally
Like,
drop kick
I
a
know when
baby
Chris is in
and
the
be like,
wrong, when,
sick.
like, Pierce is in the wrong, when Lewis is in the wrong, anybody of my friends is in the wrong, but, like, sometimes you have to kind of choose the right side.
No,
whenever
Shut up
someone's
and
in the...
pay attention for once.
Okay, so... It's like, you just, you gotta pick the right side most of the time, unless, it doesn't really matter, which that could have mattered a lot more than it did. But, keep going, Chris.
So, after that, I think someone tells the teacher that I'm trying to fight him and shouting insults at him the whole time. So, after the fact, I get pulled to the principal's office along with him and Anson, of course. And we're there. And he says a bunch of things like I'm pretty sure he said, I'm like 90% sure he lied about me saying my dad was gonna kill him. But he kept talking about how I had punched him, which I did not because he kept running away like a little bitch. But he keeps saying how I punched him. I never did that, but the principal would not side with me because everyone hated me.
Yeah.
And this is why. Everyone, and I'm gonna say, no, I'm not talking about you, Mr. P, okay? But, my town is a lot smaller, and I guess you would say a lot poorer than Mountaintop, of course, because everyone there has 3-story buildings, stuff like that. But it was because I was from that town, and only
Chris,
one other
my
person
guy,
was.
I don't think it was, dude. There was
Trust
so
me.
much more problems,
Trust me.
Chris.
There's that, but it all started from
And you were a troublemaker. You were a huge troublemaker,
It
Chris.
all started because of that and the way I acted in kindergarten. That is why.
Oh God, we have some stories of kindergarten we can
Oh,
include in
God.
this. Just randomly. Don't include any here, but
But
this will be a one-time video.
so anyway, they wouldn't side with me because Anson's parents were nice, and they didn't, and no one liked, or Anson's parents kind of suck, but they did not like me at all. So I managed to stay in the school until I think it was 6th grade, which was I don't know, it was okay. But
Yeah, I'm surprised you never got expelled.
I'm surprised too.
Which we have many stories on where Chris would have been expelled.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
this one would be a good one too. That would be included in possible being expelled.
Anyway,
All right.
so after the fact,
Go ahead.
I get suspended. I think for what was it like? Not this wasn't the one that was really long. I don't think. No, this was the one that was long. So I got suspended.
No,
for
it wasn't. It
a
wasn't.
month. What? Wait, which one
There was another. It was the other
This
one.
was the one that
The
was
other
only
one
like
that
a
we
day
can't
or
talk
two.
about. We can't talk about the other
Oh,
one right
yeah,
now.
that one.
That's a little bit too much
Well,
too
I
much
can talk
personal.
about why I was suspended. No. That
For
this
what?
was the one that I got suspended for a long time. The other one I got suspended for like I think I had 2 days ISS.
Yeah,
And,
no,
of course,
the
other
one,
people
the
can't
story
talk
that
about
we're
it.
talking about right now is the ISS.
No, it wasn't. I don't think it. No, I got to ISS.
All right. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Let's keep going.
So I got punished with. I am adamant about this. I got punished with this was the long suspension. I got suspended 2 months or like a month and a half. It was a month.
Chris.
It was like a month. No, it was not 2 weeks. I had to get a psych eval because of that. It was not 2 weeks. I had to go and make sure that I wasn't gonna snap and kill anybody. So that was cool. As I think I was like 7, but that was okay. And then after that, I come back. Everything's normal again. I still hate Anson because he sucks. But
I don't know if anybody's like chill with Anson other than
No.
Alex. I think that's like
but he had this thing that he would do, where he would like you for a bit, and then he'd stab you in the back about a week later.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because when my friend Lewis was friends with him,
Whoa.
and I'm like, dude, you're gonna get stabbed in the back. Don't. And he's like, no, he's cool. A week later, gets stabbed in the back and gets in trouble.
So, and that actually escalated on Lewis winning all that war because he got Anson expelled, which is a story. I won't talk about that.
That's when Lewis was here. Yeah,
Didn't
that was
Anson get
Brooke.
expelled?
Yeah, that was from Brooke.
That was from Brooks, but Lewis actually helped too. Lewis helped too. With the stuff with Anson. I think that was the final draw too, though.
I've got
I
a
thought he
couple
was gonna get
stories.
expelled 'cause he, you know. What, Pierce? Or Mr. P?
Alright, I got a kind of just stupid, like, thing.
Let
that
me check
Pierce
if your
did
audio's
story.
included, Rishi, but you can keep going. You can keep
Yeah,
going.
no, it
Just
says
making
my
sure.
audio's included.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah, it says include my audio's on. But yeah, anyway, so we're out in recess school, and Mr. P and the Samson kid, Alex kid, Lewis, Brooks, all these people we've mentioned, me, everyone in this call plus a bunch of people, like a bunch of the boys in our class, including Mr. P. We decided to play this game because the new Star Wars movie came out, and what the game was is like, we'd pretty much just kind of like, yeah, you'll know what I'm talking about in a second. Just shut up. Shut up. You'll
Keep
know
going,
what I'm
Rishi.
talking about in just a second. But anyways, so we're playing this game, right? And like everyone's like adamant about not letting Mr. P play because we know that something like that we don't want happening is gonna come out of it. But he's just so adamant, and I'm like, oh my god, I won't cry, I won't snitch. Oh my god, I want to play. And like in the end, I just decided to like let him go. It's like fine, just let him play. So we let him play, right? And Chris, you're okay with name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chris pretty much just like TKOs this man, and the game was pretty much just us like tackling up people to the floor. I don't know how we thought it was Star Wars, but we were like 6-year-olds with nothing to do for recess, so big fun. But anyways, we're playing this weird like Star Wars game, and Pierce just gets like TKO'd, and he's like losing his mind because he's like on the floor and can't move. Chris straight up had this man locked up, okay? Chris, I don't know if you remember, I had to straight up come over and like tell you to let the kid go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had to straight up tell Chris to let him go because he like Pierce would definitely start complaining if we didn't. So that's the story about how we never let Pierce play any other recess game with us ever again besides soccer.
Alright,
where he
I'll
got
tell a
clobbered.
quick story. I'll tell a quick one.
Bro, me and Chris both remember it. Because that's when yes you are. Because that's when you and Chris still like low-key hated each other. I'm not gonna get into specifics.
So, okay, yeah, don't get into that
Yeah,
one.
but
Don't get into that
Chris
one.
was like, because of that whole like situation, Chris like low-key didn't let him go. So I had to like physically like get him off for a second.
Alright, let me tell you this story here. So, a lot of people hate Mr. P, but he's still an okay human
Stop the
being,
cap.
in my opinion. He's okay,
Stop the
but
cap.
not
Stop
great.
the cap.
So Mr. P, we're chilling at recess, and we find this vase. So we're like, what is this? So I'm just like trying to take it from Pierce's hand because he's not letting it go. Because I was like, it's probably poured into something. And clumsy Pierce, drops it on the ground, and it shatters all over the place. And we're like, oh no, that is not good. That isn't good. So we're like, okay, what do we do? Yeah, Pierce is like, Dylan, what are you doing? And I'm like in shock. I'm like, I didn't do anything. I was just trying to get this out of your hand. He's like, you dropped it. So I was like, fine. I'm not even gonna argue here. Because I didn't drop it. It was Pierce. Yes, I'm name dropping Mr. P. But so what happened? The person that was watching us, one of the students' teachers was like one of the students' parents was watching us, and she was like, "Oh, clean this up. It's probably fine. Just clean it up." And I was like, it's like glass in a way. It's probably not. It's not like it's a vase, so I mean, it can cut. It was more like ceramic.
Yeah.
I mean, but it could still cut you. It was like.
It's not bogus. It happened.
It's not. This is not bogus, Pierce. I mean. And so so we were like, okay, let's clean it up. Let's just clean it up. So we're cleaning it up, and the teacher comes back. We're like, yeah, we kind of dropped this, and the teacher is kind of angry. I was like, yeah, me and Pierce kind of dropped this vase. Yeah, that's basically it. And then the teacher was like, you know how important that was to me? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just here. And that teacher was my next door neighbor as well.
Oh.
So the 4th grade one. So what ended up happening is that was her son's vase that he gave her for her birthday or Christmas or something around there.
Are we talking about Mrs. Camouflage? You'll know what I mean by that
So
name.
she
because
was
That's
angry.
what her name always reminded me
And then
of.
I was just chilling in class writing, and I see this blood drip onto my paper. I'm like, what the heck is that? Yeah, I got a cut from that, like a pretty good cut from it. And I was like, yeah, I'm bleeding. Yeah, I don't have any proof of that, but this did. Yeah, I got cut from it. It was a cut. And it was like a normal, like a glass cut would be, and it was just bleeding down my arm. And I was like, that's not very good. So I ended up going to the nurse, getting that cleaned, and, not getting it.
Getting an ice pack,
Yeah, and I got that good, and then, yeah, that's basically all that happened. I didn't get punished, because I was a good student in that class. I mean, Pierce, surprisingly, I was never a bad student. Alright, well, that's probably it for the video. Yeah, it was a long video because it was supposed to be one story, but then we added 3 more on. So yeah, that's basically it for this story time video / stream.